I'm Lily.
And I'm Kiev. And welcome to the portal of our minds. Welcome to the portal of our minds at onlyfans.com.
Also, join our OnlyFans page. If you are a family member, click out now.
Check out my OnlyFans. Hey guys, and welcome back to another piece of our minds. And today what we have for you is 5 ways to tell if you're an empath. Dun dun.
Why is it gotta be scary?
I don't know. Number 1. You pick up other people's emotions and carry them with you. If you don't acknowledge them right away, it's going to affect you for the rest of the day. You have to grasp onto those emotions that you're feeling that you don't like and get rid of them. Just like that. You just have to let it go. But that's a big thing about being an empath. Your energy levels are constantly shifting.
You'll even notice, like, someone will just walk in the room and you'll just all of a sudden, like,
whoa,
feel like someone died or just, like, feel super sad and just not know why. A lot of the times it's because you're picking up on how someone else is feeling who just came in the room. It's not you that's feeling like that. Well, obviously you're feeling like that, but it's not your emotions to carry. It's someone else's. So another thing about empaths is you don't even realize you're doing this, but you're doing it and you're actually helping them because you're actually taking some of their pain and you're holding on to it. So this is why a lot of people get attracted to empaths. This is why empaths attract narcissists, and this is why empaths attract people of like darker natures.
Leeches and stuff like that.
Because we're lights. It's like moths flying to a light. So yeah.
Another example I can actually give for number 1. When we usually go walk into Walmart, the first energy shift we feel is such a heavy negative presence on your body.
It's like
like a physical and a mental toll. You just immediately get a headache when you walk through the doors. When you start talking to the employees, it's just like you can just tell that the energies are so low with the amount of anger that other customers have while being in the store. I got a knot. Which is like, first of all, we're all trying to do the same thing, so why do you gotta be an ass? Like, you do realize I can see your face. We ain't driving. You can't road rage like that. Like, I'll call you out on your BS. I won't. I'm gonna just let karma.
Just go and take it.
No, I'm not gonna take it, but I'll let karma do its thing. That's what I'm about to do. But moving on to number 2.
Anxiety or anxiety attacks. So this is something that I personally struggled with. Is super, super bad anxiety and also random anxiety attacks. So I don't exactly know why this happens. It's just like we're just picking up on so much that it can get, well, I'm explaining what happens right now, I guess. But at the time, I didn't know why, but I figured it out. The emotions can be so intense and overwhelming sometimes, especially if you're picking up on multiple people at a time. It can just get too intense and very overwhelming and can result in a panic attack. I'm like ducking down to get the glare out of my glasses, but
it's not.
It looks like I'm like really slouching. But this is something that I've experienced. And like he said, kind of going with the first one, just as soon as you recognize it, you're aware of it, recognize that it's not yours to carry and just let it go and be like, oh, wait, that's not me. Bye-bye.
Anxiety, it can be very taxing to the mind.
And that pretty much moves into
number 3,
which is feeling drained or heavy. And like,
yes.
I don't want to make this seem like being an empath is negative because this is a very beautiful gift. But I like to say it's a blessing and a curse because there's a lot of stuff that you have to deal with when it comes to having this gift. And one of the things is feeling drained sometimes, and you can protect yourself from this. Like if you don't know you're an empath and you're feeling these things, it could mean you're an empath. So one of the reasons why empaths get so drained and feel so heavy is because we care so much. I don't want to say it like this, but we care more than the average person.
We do.
So this means that if you see someone who's going through a hard time, you are going to pour your heart out to them. You are going to do whatever you can. You're going to give a piece of yourself so that they feel better. So at the end of the day, this can leave you feeling very drained. And another reason why it can leave you feeling very drained is because, like I said earlier, is people feed off of your light. So without
leeches.
So without you even realizing it, people are coming to you and they're telling you these things that you don't even know may be draining you, telling you their issues, their problems, which is, I love when people come to me for advice. I love it. I live for it. I love giving my advice and I love making people feel better. But you also have to learn how to take that energy.
You have to limit yourself as well.
Yeah, like having your own boundaries is so important when you're an empath, because if you don't have boundaries, you can really, really, really drain yourself and it doesn't feel good.
I guess the best place to kind of go when you're feeling drained is to go back home or go to a place where you're comfortable, where you can rest, relax, recharge yourself. Get out in the sunlight, go out in nature, breathe in some fresh air, take a couple deep breaths. 3 deep breaths are the key. Take 3 deep breaths from...
Empaths are typically introverts. I mean, they can be extroverts too, of course, but a lot of empaths are introverts because our energy gets so taken from other people that we need a lot of alone time in order to recharge. I resonate with an introverted empath because that's just mainly how I've always been.
I'm more of an extroverted empath. I like to
So is my mom.
Verbalize a lot of what I'm experiencing. Moving on to number 4.
I could have sworn we already did number 4.
Well, we kind of talked about it in number 3 a little bit. All these kind of play into each other.
They all do, but number 4 is not doing well in crowds.
Yes.
And again, this has a lot to do with just, it's overwhelming. And it's not always overwhelming because a lot of people don't do well in crowds, and this doesn't necessarily mean you're an empath.
Claustrophobic and stuff like that.
Right. But on an empath's point of view, it's because of the energy that we're picking up on that is overwhelming, and it really can be draining if you don't know how to protect your energy, which is really important to learn if you're an empath, is how to protect your energy, because we can do these things, like all this anxiety and getting anxiety in crowds is like, we can tell ourselves like, oh, I can't do that, like I have anxiety, but you can do anything. It's just learning how to do it and learning how to cope with these emotions that arise, that come with this ability.
I've learned how to limit myself going into big crowds because you're literally picking up on everybody's thoughts that are in the air, whether they're negative, positive, neutral, slightly negative, slightly positive. And you're walking, it's like, imagine walking through like vapor clouds of paint. And you're wearing a white shirt. It's going to stain your shirt as you walk through. So you're going to be left with all these different types of energies from these different types of people that come from everywhere.
That's literally exactly like how it is.
It really is. And like, it's really intense. And that plays into another thing you need to do, meditation. You don't have to do it in that exact moment, but you can
do it every day. Really helps with learning how to observe the thoughts and observe your feelings rather than subconsciously feeling it and then reacting to it.
Have a mental barrier, like literally project, like literally physically think of like a shield around you, like a domed shield as you walk past, or even just around your, like a layer over your skin that's blocking off all energy that's not yours. And I promise you it's gonna help. But moving on to number 5. Empaths have the strongest feeling to know when people are lying to them.
The intuition's so strong. And this can be hard.
And it's not just for lying. It's literally for feelings and emotions.
People's intentions, obviously people's feelings and emotions. But like this can be hard because it's like, I don't even know how to explain this, but like,
I got you.
Okay.
The best way I can explain this is, for example, when she's feeling some type of way and she doesn't want me to know about, like, there's even, like, not even something too crazy, but like something that, like, a trigger or something, I literally will pick up on the slightest shift in her mood.
And it's like that too. Like, it's
it'll
insane.
be like a 5-second increment between her having a shift and then going right back to normal and being like, hey, are you okay? Like, or...
But like, at least we can talk about it though.
Yeah.
Because it's harder though when it's with someone that you're not as close with. And it's like, you can feel the energy shift.
And they still don't want to talk about it.
And then it's just kind of like...
It boils and marinates.
It's like awkward. Because it's like, they don't know, you know how they're feeling, but it's like, you know, but it's like, you don't want to say anything, but you know they're not going to say anything, so you just sit there with it. And so then, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I mean, if you know, you know.
And you're also, like, with that being said, it's also easy for you to input your judgment into, or your own opinion into helping them resolve the issue, or just talking about it, because it brings a light, and it brings that, like, pull in your heart. Like she said a couple points ago. Sorry.
I have a cut on my hand and I poked it.
Like she said in a couple points ago, we literally invest a piece of us into the person that we care about.
We're natural healers.
We are natural healers.
We honestly don't even really need to say anything. Just being in the room with someone who's hurt heals them. Which is another reason why it's important to protect ourselves, like I said before, because if we're constantly healing without even knowing it, we're giving our energy without, I want to kind of say without consent, but it's one of the reasons why we're here on planet Earth, is to help people.
Being extroverted helps because I can vocalize my opinion about it, or I can, like, reach out with my energy a little bit more to get more of what they're doing. Like, I can watch someone walk into the room and tell you exactly how they're feeling. It's that simple. I feel like on the introverted of sides, correct me if I'm wrong, introverts try to, like, it's more of a personalized way to tell about people. But then again, I can't say because I'm not a...
Personalized? Wait, what do you mean personalized?
Like...
I would say, okay, so for me...
I guess personalized was the wrong word that I'm thinking
For
of.
me, I don't know. I will, like, because I can't just... If I can feel what someone's feeling and it's not good, I can't ignore it. Like, it's really... I mean, unless you're, like, a complete stranger, I'm not gonna, like, dig in. I mean, that's another empath thing, is complete strangers will tell you their life stories, which happens all the time.
It definitely happens, and it's really...
But, like, I'm not gonna try and, like, do that, you know? It's just something I try... I'll keep to myself. But it's like, if you're a friend, I'll be like, hey, what's up? Like, what's wrong? Like...
You could definitely tell people are trying to front, like, though, for sure.
And you're like, yeah, I'm good. It's like, I don't like to push it. I'm not gonna push it. If you don't want to talk about it, I'm not gonna, like, force you to talk about it. I'll just be like, all right, you don't want to talk about it, it's cool.
Definitely comes to a moment in time where enough of those I'm goods kind of builds up and boils over to where you're like, bro, or sis, like, we gotta lay down some ground rules. You gotta
lay down some ground rules.
You gotta talk to me. We can't just keep going back and forth being like, I'm good, because we know each other. We've known each other too long. Like, just let it out. You gotta just let it out. Like, yeah. It's like, as an empath, I got your back 100%. And that's... Because we both been through some shit.
Yeah, that goes into, like, when you can tell someone's lying. It's not just that you can tell someone's lying. It's the fact that you can see their intention behind the lie, too.
Yes.
Like, not see, but you can feel it. Like, I mean, you can see it, but you can feel it. It's all energy, and energy carries information, and that information is all around us, and we pick up on it at a subconscious level. Anybody can be an empath. Like, it's not just like, oh, you can be born with the abilities of being an empath. Anybody can be an empath if you want to tune into that.
I just gotta download.
I do feel like, though, a lot of people are naturally gifted with empathic abilities.
I know y'all like this one. Come on now. But on that note, if y'all have any more questions or want to know more about this stuff, drop them in the comments. You already know what to do.
And
But
with
on that
that
note,
being said,
peace. Oh, and we switched sides this video. That was kind of cool. Love
you
ya.
guys.